going to go ahead and get started. Toes are together, heels slightly split. Go ahead and open up your arms. Let the palms face out. Pull the crown of your head up nice and tall. Think about your breathing. Nice deep breaths in and out through the nose. On the next inhale, we'll go ahead and bring it up. Inhale up. And let the palms face out. And exhale down. And palms face up. And inhale up. Palms face out. Exhale down. Palms are up. Gonna keep it at the top this time. Go ahead and grab that right wrist and pull it to the left. And we're going to take that left hand, just put it in front of that right wrist and push it back, getting that stretch in your shoulder. Bring it back to the top. Grab that left wrist and we'll pull to the right. Let that right hand come in front and we're pushing that left wrist back, getting that stretch. Bring it back to the top. Palms face out. As you exhale down, go ahead and bend at the hips. Put your fingertips right above your kneecaps. Let the chin go forward, push your rear back. Straighten those legs, feel a nice stretch in the back of the legs and in your back. Relax the hands, relax the knees. Fingertips come down under the toes. And we're going to go ahead and push those hips up for that forward fold. Relax those knees. Going to bring your arms up at an angle for a chair, pushing your rear back. Arms are kind of at an angle towards the screen. Go ahead and bring it up to the ceiling. We're going to bring it up to the balls of our feet, working on our balance a little bit. Let those heels go back, knees bend, bring your arms forward again, back to that chair. And bring your arms back up, straighten it up, tiptoes. And bring those heels down, and we're going to bend at the hips. Let those arms reach forward. Feeling that stretch all over. Relax those knees and back to that chair. And go ahead and bring it up. Let the arms come down to the side because they're tired. And we're going to go ahead, let those feet face out, opposite directions. Arms come out to the side. Going to bend your elbows. Push your knees out and back. And we're going to bring those elbows to the center. We'll take that right arm under the left. You can stay there if that's your happy place. Or if you like, bring those palms together. Bring those arms out in front and go a little deeper for a horse. It's kind of like an eagle and a child's, or a eagle mostly. And bring it back up. Let those arms come back out. We'll bring it back to the goddess. Bend those knees. This time we're going to take the left under the right. Same thing. Pull those elbows out in front and go a little deeper. And bring those legs back up straight. Arms back out to the side. And we'll go ahead. We'll turn our right foot forward. Let your left elbow come down to that left thigh. Right arm comes up towards the ceiling, reaching up as high as you can. Feeling that nice stretch. And we'll go ahead and let that come over the top of the head, keeping it over your head, not coming in front. It's getting that nice side stretch. And let the arm come back up to the ceiling. That left hand comes down to the floor. And we're going to go ahead and straighten that left leg. Face will look forward, eyes will look up. This is our triangle. And don't worry if you can't straighten that leg completely. It'll happen eventually. Go ahead and bend that knee and bring your arm back up. This time we'll face our left foot forward, turn our right foot out. Bend your right knee, right elbow comes down on that thigh, left arm comes up towards the ceiling. We're going to bring it over the top of the head. Nice stretch on that. And bring it back to the ceiling. That right hand come down to your ankle or the floor and go ahead and straighten that leg. Let your face look forward and eyes look up. This is our triangle again. And relax that knee. Bring it back up. Both of those feet will face forward. Just going to go ahead and take a bow. Come down to our little airplane. And we're just going to take our right hand over to the outside of the left leg. That left arm comes up towards the ceiling, and we're going to bend that elbow. Bring that left hand down like you were putting it in the front pocket on the right side. It's getting a nice twist, pulling that elbow up towards the ceiling. Bring those arms back to that airplane. And we're going to go to the other side. And bring that right arm up. We're going to bend that elbow. Pretend you're putting it in a front pocket on the left side. Let that elbow point up towards the ceiling. And bring both of those arms back to center. Going to grab opposite elbows, let the head fall. And we're just going to rock side to side. Place those hands on the floor. It's going to walk yourself over to your right side. Main thing is you're getting a stretch on the inside of that left leg. And you're welcome to stay right there, or if you like, go ahead and lower down. Should be feeling a nice stretch on that left leg. And go ahead and lift that up. We'll walk it over to the other side. You can stay right there, getting that stretch. If you like, bring it down. One thing to remember with yoga, it's not a competitive sport. You just do what works for you. And there's a lot of different happy places you can stay. The main thing is you're doing it. Go ahead and bring it back to center and roll it up and roll those shoulders back. Opening up the chest. And relax that. And we're going to bring those feet together. So both feet are together. Again, bringing those shoulders up, pulling that crown up. And we're going to go ahead and step straight back with our left foot. It's kind of like a train track. You got a little bit of space in between those feet. You're going to let your right knee be over your right ankle, and you're going to push back on that left heel. And just lower those hips down. Bring those arms up for that high lunge. And we'll let the hands come down either side of the hips. And we're going to push those hips back. Pull your chest down towards that thigh. Really should feel a nice stretch in the back of that leg. And we're going to relax that right knee. Chest is on top of that thigh. Use your balance and bring yourself back up to that high lunge. Go ahead and let your arms come down the side and we'll step back together. This time we'll step back with our right leg. It's got those train tracks, both feet are facing forward. Right leg comes straight back, pushing your weight down, bring the arms up. Go ahead, let those hands come down either side of your hips. Gonna push those hips back and pull your chest down towards that thigh. Feeling that nice stretch on the back of that leg. Push that knee forward, chest on top of that thigh. Bring your arms back up. And we'll step back together and let the palms come down to the side. Nice deep breaths. And this time we'll step back with our left foot. It's about a yardstick distance. The heels line up. And that left foot's going to face the left side with a little bit of an angle towards the front. You're gonna bend your right knee, bring your torso to the front. Let those arms come up for that warrior one. Main thing is that back knee should be comfortable. Go ahead and let those palms face forward. And we're gonna be extending our arms as tall as we can and pretending to push a heavy weight, both at the same time. So we're gonna go ahead, begin our circle, bring in our chest down to that thigh. Arms are gonna come all the way around, up behind our back, reaching towards the ceiling. Still resisting, still extending. We're gonna rewind. And when you get to the top, really stretch it up nice and tall. And go ahead and gently push the air again. Back up behind your back. And rewind. Lengthen it up. We're doing one more time on this one. And go ahead and gently push the air. And bring it back up. We're at the top. Gonna let your right arm come to the front. Left arm comes behind. That left foot completely faces the left side, so does the chest. Eyes are going to look out over the right fingertips, and we're going to push forward on that right knee for that warrior two. Let that left hand come to the left leg, and right arm comes up. Look up towards those fingertips. That reverse warrior. And we're going to go ahead, bring both of those hands down to the floor. Find your balance spot. Beginner balance, you can just have your foot come back behind. You can bring your arms up to the side, or you can bring your arms out in front. Pick whichever modification you like. This one's a hard one. It's our warrior three. And bring that back to standing and walk it out. And we're going to go for our other side. Go ahead and step back with your right foot, yardstick distance. Bending that left knee. That right foot faces the right side but angles a little towards the front. Face the front with your chest and bring those arms up. Let those palms face the front. We're going to push that heavy force. Lengthen those arms. Bring them around as we bring our chest to our thigh. Arms come up behind our back. And rewind, still resisting. Top, we're going to stretch it nice and tall. And go ahead and gently push the air. And rewind. Stretch up nice and tall. We got one more time around. And bring it to the top. Go ahead and bring the left arm forward, right arm back. That right foot faces the right side, so does the chest. Eyes look out over the left fingertips and push forward on that left knee for that warrior two. Let that right hand come to the thigh. Left arm comes up. Look up towards those fingertips. And bring that back down. Gonna place both hands on the floor. Lift that leg up. You can bring your arms out to the side. Or bring it out in front, whichever works for you. Always helps to find a balanced spot to look at. Really good for you to have the one leg doing all the work. You'll feel all kinds of muscles kicking in. And go ahead and bring it back to standing and walk it out. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do our tree. You can start out, put your foot on the inside of the ankle, inside the calf, or inside the thigh. Find yourself a balanced spot on the floor, something to look at. Let those arms come out to the side. Try to stand up nice and tall. Main thing is you don't put your foot on the knee joint. Knee joints don't like that. And then go ahead, bring that arms up. And if you'd like, bring it to heart spot. And go ahead and bring that down, walk that out. We'll go to the other side. First modification would be the ankle. Second would be the calf. Third would be the inside of the thigh. Let the arms come out. And go ahead and bring those arms up. And back to heart spot. And go ahead and bring that down and walk it out. Our next one's going to be a dancer. So think about a quad stretch. Just grab your foot, let that knee point down like you were doing the quad stretch. Bring your arm up, find that spot on the floor and just lean it forward, pulling that foot up towards the ceiling. And bring that back and walk it out. Walking it out is just the thing I do. I don't know. I'm not sure why. Go ahead, grab that foot. Let your hand come out and bring it forward. I guess it's like pushing the reset button. And bring that back to standing. Like that out. So we're going to go ahead and go to the floor now. We'll just start out, hands on the floor. Bring that left leg back. Sink that left knee. So you have your right knee over your right foot. And we're going to bring our arms up for that low lunge. And go ahead, let those hands come down on either side of your hips. Push those hips back. Pull your chest down towards that thigh. You can stay right here and get a nice stretch here. Some of you like to lower down. That's up to you. Just find that place that works for you. Should really feel a nice stretch on the back of that leg. Go ahead and push your weight forward. Chest is going to be on top of that right thigh again and bring it back up. Let those fingers come together at the top. Gonna lean back for our crescent, just a nice little back stretch. And go ahead, let those hands come down on the inside of that foot. So you have your right foot, your right hand, and your left hand. And we're just gonna go ahead and lower those hips down for that lizard. And you can stay right here with the lizard if that's your comfort zone. If you like, you can come down to the elbows and just let that right leg open out a little bit. Should be feeling a nice little stretch in the inner hip, inner thigh, I guess. Go ahead and bring yourself back up. And we're going to take that right leg back and bring our left leg forward. So your right leg's back at an angle. Got your left knee over your left ankle. Bring those arms up, reaching up towards the ceiling for that low lunge. Let the arms come down either side of your hips. Push those hips back. Pull your chest down towards that thigh. Keep it upright, or if you'd like, lower it down. That's up to you. Go ahead and push that forward. Chest on top of that thigh. We'll bring our arms back up. Let those fingers come together, our little steeple. And bring it down back for the crescent. And let the hands come down. So you have your right hand, your left hand, and your left foot. And we're going to push those hips forward. Welcome to stay there. Or if you'd like, bring the elbows down. Just let that leg open out to the side. And bring that back up, and we're just going to go to our tabletop. So we're on our hands and knees. And we're just going to start out pushing our right heel all the way back and bringing up our left arm. This is our bird dog. You can stay in the bird dog if that's your comfort zone. Or if you'd like, go ahead and bend that right leg and grab that toe with the left hand and pull it up for a tiger. And bring that back down. You're going to go ahead, take your left leg back and your right arm up. Make sure you're holding your stomach in on these so your back's not collapsing, keeping your core nice and tight. You can stay here, or if you'd like, bring that right hand around, grab that left toe and pull it up for a tiger. And bring that back down. We're going to go ahead, curl those toes under and lift our hips up so we're in a down dog, basically an inverted V. Gonna slightly bend your right leg and bring the left leg up towards your chest and push it back and bring it up towards your chest and push back. And on the third time, we're gonna push it back and we're gonna lift to the ceiling for a three-legged dog. And bring that back down. We'll walk the dog, pushing back one heel and then the other. Bring those hips back up towards the ceiling, that inverted V. Slightly bend your left leg. Right knee comes up to the chest. Push it back, up to the chest, and push back. And last one, push it back and up, holding it up there. If you haven't noticed by now, I like to do things in threes. So that's why we do that. Go ahead and bring that down. And we're going to walk the dog, pushing through the heels. Go ahead and walk yourself out to a plank. Pulling in your core. And we're just going to let that right leg come. So it's just right under your hips. Or you can bring it so it's underneath your hands. And go ahead and bring those shoulders up. You can stay here if you like. Go ahead and bring it down. You're going to bring it back up, curl that back toe under, and we'll go ahead and do the other side. Bring that knee up, place it at your hips or under your hands, and bring those shoulders up. This one's called a pigeon. Really feels good on the hips. If you want to, go ahead and bring it down. Bring it back up. I'm going to go ahead and curl the toes under. Going to let those knees come down a little bit wide. Push your hips all the way back for a child's pose, letting the hands come out in front. Forehead comes down to the mat. So you're going to really pretend like somebody's pushing those shoulder blades down so you really get a nice stretch in your upper back. We're going to go ahead and you're going to take your left arm and just let the left arm go underneath your right armpit. The palm is going to face up. And let the left side of your face come down to the floor. Bring that right arm over the top of that left hand. And just feel that stretch in your shoulders. Just relax into it. It's really good if you sit at a desk or work on the computer a lot to stretch this out. Go ahead and bring that back up. This time we'll take the right arm underneath the left armpit. That right palm faces up. Let that left hand just drop into that right palm. And your head's just resting on the floor, looking at those hands. And just feel that stretch in your shoulders. And go ahead and bring that back up. Arms come back out for the child's pose one more time. Gonna keep those elbows flat. And go ahead and curl those toes under, and we're gonna lift up the hips for our dolphin. So it's like a down dog, only your elbows are on the floor. And we'll go ahead and walk those hands back. Let your hips come down to the floor. Bring your shoulders up. Just get a nice stretch in your lower back. If you're comfortable with that just the way it is, you can stay there. Or if you'd like, go ahead and flutter your toes a little bit, lifting, get a little bit more in your lower back. We'll take this moment here to go ahead and stretch that quad. Just grab that left foot and bring that heel towards your rear. Getting that nice stretch in the back or in the front of that quad. And we're going to go ahead and switch to the other side. Grab that foot. Bring that heel to your rear. And go ahead and relax that. Going to use your hands, push your weight up, and we're going to go ahead and go to our seat. Nice deep breaths. Going to go ahead and start bringing your right over your left. So you got the outside of your right ankle on the outside of your left knee. Bring that left arm to the outside of the right leg. And bring that right arm behind your back and just use that as a lever and push against that leg, getting a nice twist. Go ahead with that left hand, grab that right foot and just try to push that heel out. Use me to straighten that leg. Gonna go ahead, bend that foot, and we're just gonna let that right leg come down right on top of that thigh. You can push your knee away and get a little hip stretch. Get a little bit more of a hip stretch if you want by bringing that foot up. Or you can go ahead and cradle it, putting that in your elbow, sitting up nice and tall. You can even kind of move it around a little bit if you want to. Just working on that hip. Go ahead and put that foot on the inside of that left leg. We're going to sit up nice and tall, palms out to the side facing up. Then we're going to go ahead and inhale up. As we exhale down, we're going to bring our chest forward, reach towards that left shin or the left toes. Let the toes come back towards you. Getting a really nice stretch in the back of that leg. This is all relative. The stretch on the back of the hamstrings, the stretches on the hips, all works into your lower back. All makes the back a little happier. Go ahead and relax that. We're going to go ahead and stretch both feet out. And we'll take the left leg over the right. Left arm comes to the back. The right elbow comes to the outside of that left leg. Getting that little twist. Go ahead with that right hand, grab your foot, and try to push that heel out. Don't worry if it's still bent. That's okay. It's getting better. And we're going to bend that knee. Let that leg just rest on top of that right thigh. You can do the hip stretch here. There's also the bent, or go ahead and cradle it, whichever you prefer. Just make sure you sit up nice and tall when you're doing it. And you can move it around a little if you'd like. And go ahead, we'll put that foot on the inside of that right thigh. Gonna sit up nice and tall, palms to the side, and go ahead and inhale up. And as you exhale down, bring that chest forward, reach for that shin of the foot, pull that chest down, let the toes come back towards you so you really feel that stretch in the back of the hamstring. And go ahead and relax that. Go ahead and straighten out those legs. We're going to start out, your toes are on the floor. You got your choice, you can do a modified, just having your toes on the floor. You can bring your shins up, you can bring it to a V. You can also bring your arms out to the side. So I call this one a cursive V. I call this a capital V. I like cursive. So go ahead and just hold your core in, hold it in your stomach. It's all about the core right here. Hopefully we'll still know what cursive is in a few years. Go ahead, let those legs straighten out. Bring those arms up towards the ceiling. And we're just going to reach forward, grabbing those shins, pulling our chest down for that sitting forward fold. Bring those arms up towards the ceiling. And we're just going to go ahead and slowly roll it down, controlling it with your core. Nice and slow, just bring it down. And once you get it down to the floor, let those arms reach up overhead. You're going to put your right hand on top of your left foot on top of your right, and you're just going to pull opposite directions. It's called a pencil. And go ahead, put the left hand over the right foot over the left, and pull. And go ahead and bring those arms down to out to your side like you were making angel wings in the snow. And you're going to bring your feet so they're close to your rear. Kind of like you have about 4 inches in between your toes, or in between your knees. And we're just going to go ahead, starting, rolling it up, knees to the chest, getting a nice straight line, and then we'll bring our hands together right above our chest. Gonna suck everything in nice and tight. This is our bridge. Go ahead and let the arms come down to the side. And you're going to slowly roll it down, one vertebrae at a time. Relaxing those hips on the floor. And starting at the bottom, slowly roll it up. Get that straight line. Bring those hands together at the top. Let the arms open out to the side. And slowly roll it down. Relaxing those hips on the floor. And again, bring it up nice and slow. Get that straight line. And bring those hands together at the top. Go ahead and keep those hands up at the top. Go ahead and let your hips come down. Bring those knees together. And we're going to go ahead and let the hands drop to the left and the knees drop to the right, just getting a nice twist. And bring it back up to the ceiling. And we'll go ahead and drop the other way. And bring that back up to the ceiling. It's going to go ahead and bring both of those feet up towards the ceiling. And we're going to bend that right foot, putting that on top of that left thigh. Grab the back of that left thigh. Go ahead and bend that knee and just pull that in, getting a nice stretch. And bring that foot back up towards the ceiling. And we're going to point and flex that foot. Should really feel that stretch in the back of that leg. Go ahead and rotate your foot on the inside. This keeps our ankles nice and loose. Makes it a little better for us when we're walking in grounds that aren't very dedicated. It maybe a little have holes or whatever. And go ahead and reverse the other way. And relax that. Gonna bring both those legs back up again. And this time we're going to bend our left leg, put it on top of that right thigh, grab the back of that thigh, put it on the front of that right thigh, grab the back of that right thigh. Go ahead and bend that leg and pull it in. Sometimes you got to do what I mean, not what I say. Go ahead, bring that foot up towards the ceiling and go ahead and flex and point. And we're going to roll it to the inside. And roll to the outside. Relax that. Bring those feet down so they're flat on the floor. Arms are out again like angel wings. And you're just going to take your left leg over your right. And just go ahead and let that pull over to that right side. It's getting a nice stretch. Bring that back up to the ceiling. This time we'll take the right leg over the left and go ahead and pull it over. And bring it back up. Go ahead and hug those knees like you were doing a cannonball off a diving board. Going to go ahead and rotate those. Nice little massages to the back. And reverse, go the other way. Go ahead and let the arms come out to the side. Let the knees point straight up towards the ceiling, shins are parallel. Push your belly button down so you're pressing that back against the floor. Just going to let those knees rotate just a tiny bit side to side, keeping that back planted. And whichever direction you happen to be going, go ahead and just let those knees drop and just relax into that stretch. So there's a lot of little back things we're doing here. If you do have a back that's a little tender, you can always just listen to your body and ignore some of the ones that you maybe don't want to do. But most of them should feel pretty good. Go ahead and let your knees drop to the other side. And go ahead and bring that back up. We're going to go ahead and we're just going to roll to the front. Instead of having the little quiet time, we're going to do one more stretch because this one really feels good. It's one of my favorite hip stretches. So we're going to start out. You're sitting Native American style. Have your legs crossed. And we're going to go ahead and you're just going to walk yourself forward, pulling your chest down. Getting a nice stretch on those hips. Try to keep those hips flat on the floor. Go ahead and walk yourself over to the right side and just pull yourself down over that knee, keeping those hips down. And walk it over to the other side and pull it down. And bring it back to center and walk it back up. And we're going to switch. Other leg comes in front. And go ahead and walk it forward, pulling the chest down. Feeling that stretch in those hips. And we'll bring it over to one side and pull it down. And bring it over to the other side. And bring it back to the front. One more, we're just going to put those flats of those feet together. Hands are on the inside of those ankles. Elbows are on the inside of those legs. Sitting up nice and tall. Going to go ahead and push those legs open, leaning forward. Feel a nice stretch. So we've covered a lot of territory. There's a lot more we could cover, but do thank you for joining us. I want to thank my good friends Amy and Shannon who were willing to back me up today. And my name is Heidi, and hope you'll join us again sometime. Thank you so much. Namaste.